The very first day in a new country is rarely cozy. Even after a long flight, international students face unfamiliar language, complicated procedures, and other uncertainties. This is the gap Cozy aims to fill. Korea is facing a rapid decline in its working age population. By 2040, the number of 18-year-olds is expected to drop by half. The youth population is also expected to shrink by a third. To respond, the government launched the Study Korea 300K project to attract more international talents. This is not a temporary phenomenon, but a structural shift to fill Korea's workforce decline. As a result, the number of international students has nearly doubled, but one question remains. What happens after they arrive?
Every year, about 67% of international students drop out. Although enrollment keeps increasing, the dropout rate remains the same. As a result, more and more students are dropping out every year. Settling in is more than just finding a place to live. From day one, students face challenges with administrative processes, living infrastructure, and information. These gaps lead many students to drop out. This is a structural problem, not a lack of students' will. Germany has shown structured settlement support can reduce dropout rates. It means this problem can be solved. And here's what we heard from international students.
どこで布団を買えるのかもわからなかったですし、長時間のフライトで自分のお店を探し回れる余裕もなかったので、あと韓国の土地にも慣れてなかったですし、移動が大変だなって思ってました。
So, try to order it online, but it was not possible because I didn't have my alien residence card. You just try it online to order it, but it was not possible due to the IC card. So because you have the alien residence card, so also with the green number, and it was very difficult. It worked.
As you can see from the interview, this is the reality. On day one, international students have limited access to basic bedding. They cannot easily visit a store in person. What about online? Without an ARC, they cannot shop online either. Getting an ARC takes about a month, but students need bedding tonight. Here's where Cozy comes in. With Cozy, international students can pick up their bedding upon their arrival. This first connection becomes our entry point. Through bedding rentals, we build trust and collect customer data. Building on that trust and data, we expand from bedding to every settlement need. Our goal is to become the first platform students turn to.
Cozy follows a circular process of rental, collection, laundry, and re-rental. First, rental. To validate real demand, we ran 3 rounds of MVPs so far. First, we operate an on-site booth during the move-in period. International students can pick up their bedding on day 1. Second, collection. At the end of the semester, we collect used bedding from each university. Third, laundry. The bedding is cleaned and rented out again the following semester.
So, how did we scale this process? At first, we managed everything with Excel. But we did not stop there. As demand grew, we officially registered our business. We also built a website where students can book and pay online. With PayPal, even students without an ARC can book before arriving in Korea. But the biggest value of our platform was staying in touch with students. Our Instagram group chats were not just for information. Cozy became a community, a place for real connection.
Then, one student asked us, "My roaming service is ending soon. How can I buy a SIM card in Korea?" We saw this as another need and surveyed 150 international students. Most relied on roaming or public Wi-Fi, and 90% said those options ended within 2 weeks. Students needed local SIM cards, but getting one was difficult because of the complicated procedures. So we partnered with Chingu Mobile and launched a SIM card service. Using our existing contact network, we introduced the service when students needed it. Our first connection through betting naturally led to helping their communication needs.
Here's what Cozy has achieved so far. We've generated 2.8 million won in revenue and secured 9 million won in funding. During our third MVP, 21 out of 35 visitors made a purchase. That's a 60% conversion rate, which means strong first-day demand for betting. Among our betting customers, 9 out of 21 also purchased a SIM card. That's a 43% re-engagement rate.
This result is significant because it shows we built a valuable customer asset. Cozy builds ongoing relationships with students, not just providing one-way information like universities or governments do. That allows us to offer the right service at the right time with lower customer acquisition costs. Thus, since our first MVP, our customers have tripled. Now, let's find out how international students experienced Cozy.
Yes, I'm sure that Cozy helped us to settle here pretty well. Because like without the betting rental, we might have to go to IKEA and buy betting, which would be very expensive, and also we have to throw it away at the end. And also with the Cozy eSIM SIM card, made it also really easy for us to settle in here.
Anytime we needed help or something like that, we would call in, always were there and back up us, so it was very good communication.
It was a really helpful start at the beginning. If you have any questions, ask the group chat, and they will help us out.
Cozy successfully addressed students' initial settlement challenges. However, their settlement journey didn't end there. As time went on, new challenges emerged.
1学期生活してみたら、思っていた以上に荷物が増えてしまって、夏休みの間は日本に帰ろうかなと思ってるんですけど、その間この荷物をどこに保管したらいいかわからないので困ってます。あと、来月からは一人暮らしをしようとしてるんですけれども、この際に韓国の不動産システムがよくわからなくて不安ですし、詐欺にあったりしないかなっていう不安もあります。
By listening to students, we uncovered new needs, from luggage storage to housing support. That's why we're expanding our services.
Beyond bedding rentals, Cozy aims to become the infrastructure for international students. In the short term, we will improve our contact capture rates and re-engagement. In the midterm, we will expand into follow-up services, increasing revenue per customer. In the long term, we aim to become the all-in-one settlement platform supporting every stage of international students' lives. Korea's leading platform for international students. That is our ultimate goal.
To achieve this vision, Cozy has developed 3 key growth strategies. First, our recognition strategy. We will partner with offices of international affairs to introduce Cozy before students arrive. Of the 34 universities we contact in Seoul, 11 have already responded positively.
굉장히 확장된 형태로 운영이 되고 있기 때문에 비즈니스라는 영역과도 굉장히 많이 맞닿아 있어요. 그래서 그 국제화를 만들어내가는 방법도 굉장히 다양하고, 흔히 이제 그 협력에 대한 의지는 항상 열려 있습니다. 그래서 창의적으로 접근해 나갈 수 있는 부분이기 때문에 좀 더 열린 마음으로 많은 기회를 탐색을 하고 가능성을 들여다보는 노력이 좀 필요하다고 저는 생각을 하고, 저는 수요자의 입장이긴 하지만 공급자의 서비스가 좀 더 좋은 서비스가 되는데 저희가 목소리를 같이 내드릴 준비가 되어 있습니다. 굉장히
Second, our connection strategy. Since the service tends to be a one-time purchase, we turn the first purchase into a long-term connection. We build networks so that we can stay connected with students even after their first purchase. Finally, our expansion strategy. Using our customer network, we expand into multiple services, maximizing conversion and cross-selling. This will strengthen our revenue over time. Through this, Cozy aims to become the primary settlement channel.
Cozy creates more than convenience. By reducing information gaps, we contribute to SDG number 10, reduced inequalities. And by helping students settle safely into a new environment, we support SDG number 11, sustainable cities and communities.
Cozy helps international students settle safely in Korea. From their very first day, we build a more inclusive community. Your first day should never be your hardest day. Start easy, keep it cozy.